This is what happened when NFL star Stephon Diggs and rapper Cardi B went from courtside PDA to mutual Instagram unfollows in less than 24 hours after Super Bowl LX. Before we dive in, let's address the elephant in the room. Despite what the title suggests, neither Stephon Diggs nor Cardi B has made any official public statement revealing specific reasons for their breakup. What we do have is a timeline of events, court documents, social media activity, and unnamed sources that paint a picture of one of the most dramatic celebrity splits in recent memory. So let's break down everything we know about how a relationship that seemed solid enough to produce a baby ended just hours after the biggest game in football. And if you're here for all the tea on this messy breakup, go ahead and smash that like button right now, because trust me, this story has more plot twists than a Netflix series. Seriously, hit that like button before we get into the drama.
For those who might not be familiar with both parties, let me give you the quick rundown. Stephon Diggs is a 32-year-old wide receiver who, as of 2026, plays for the New England Patriots. He's had an 11-season NFL career and signed a massive deal with the Patriots in March 2025, worth between $63.5 and $69 million over 3 years. The 2025 season, he put up solid numbers, around 82 to 85 receptions, nearly 1,000 yards, and 4 touchdowns. This was his first Super Bowl appearance in his entire 11-year career, which makes what happened even more significant. Then there's Cardi B, the 33-year-old Grammy-winning rapper behind hits like Bodak Yellow and WAP. She released her album Am I the Drama in 2025, which, looking back, seems almost prophetic. She has 3 children with her ex-husband Offset: Culture, Wave, and Blossom. She filed for divorce from Offset in July 2024, and by October 2024, rumors started swirling that she was dating Stephon Diggs.
The relationship rumor started in October 2024, but both of them initially pushed back against the speculation. But then Valentine's Day 2025 happened. On February 14th, TMZ caught footage of them together at a Miami hotel. That was the first confirmed sighting that made everyone go, okay, this is actually real. But they still weren't officially official. In April 2025, things got more public. Cardi was seen giving Diggs a lap dance at Coachella. Around the same time, she confirmed in an X Spaces chat that she was dating someone, though she didn't name Diggs directly. Interestingly, her ex-husband Offset publicly commented, "I'm happy for her," on social media regarding the relationship. That's worth noting because Offset will come back into this story later. Now, here's where it gets complicated. Also in April 2025, Diggs' daughter with model Aileen Lopera was born. This is important. The baby was conceived before Cardi and Diggs went public with their relationship. The paternity was confirmed via DNA test in November 2025. So while this child existed before their official relationship, it's still part of the context of what Cardi was dealing with, the reality of dating someone with multiple children from different relationships.
Quick pause here, because if you're enjoying this deep dive into celebrity drama and you want more breakdowns like this, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We cover all the messiest celebrity breakups. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Plus, subscribing is free, unlike that $73,000 watch Diggs bought Cardi. Just saying. May 5th, 2025 was the Met Gala. They were spotted holding hands leaving the event and arrived at the afterparty separately, but only minutes apart, still playing it somewhat coy. Then on May 12th, they had their first official public appearance as a couple at a New York Knicks versus Boston Celtics playoff game at Madison Square Garden. This was the moment that went viral. Cardi squeezed Diggs' cheeks on the Jumbotron. They held hands entering and leaving the arena. It was official. By June 2025, they made it Instagram official. Cardi posted photos of them together on a yacht with the caption, Chapter 5. Hello, Chapter 6. The symbolism there is clear. She was closing the Offset chapter and opening a new one with Diggs.
In August 2025, Cardi posted a TikTok video showing off a $73,000 Patek Philippe Nautilus diamond-encrusted watch, calling Diggs her boo-boo. Things seemed solid. Expensive gifts, public affection, social media love. Then came the big announcement. On September 17, 2025, Cardi appeared on CBS Mornings with Gayle King and announced her pregnancy. Her exact words were, "Yes, I am pregnant. I'm having a baby with my boyfriend, Stephon Diggs. I'm excited. I'm happy. I feel like I'm in a good space. I feel very strong. I feel very powerful that I'm doing all this work. But I'm doing all this work while I'm creating a baby. And me and my man, we're very supportive of each other." That statement is important because it shows where her head was at in September. She felt strong, powerful, supported. She was building a life with this man.
Their baby boy was born on November 3rd or 4th, 2025. Cardi announced the birth on November 13th with an Instagram post that read, "My life has always been a combination of different chapters and different seasons. Starting over is never easy, but it's been so worth it. I brought new music and a new album to the world, a new baby into my world, and one more reason to be the best version of me." The baby was shown swaddled in a Patriots-themed blanket. At the CFDA Fashion Awards in November, Diggs talked about fatherhood, saying, "It's a boy. That's enough for me. I can't wait to make him do push-ups and sit-ups and run around." If you're thinking this relationship went from zero to baby faster than Diggs runs a route, show some love with a like. And hey, if you predicted this breakup was coming, drop a comment below. I want to know if any of you saw this train wreck coming from a mile away.
In December 2025, Cardi and Diggs attended a Patriots vs. Jets game together wearing coordinated vintage Chanel outfits. The couple that coordinates together stays together, right? Well, not quite. Reports suggest they spent Christmas apart, which might have been the first subtle sign of trouble. By January 2026, the Patriots were on their playoff run. Cardi was publicly praising Diggs. The Patriots defeated the Denver Broncos 10-7 in the AFC Championship game, and Cardi was on the field celebrating, shouting about going to the Super Bowl. This was a huge moment for both of them, Diggs' first Super Bowl in 11 years, and Cardi getting to experience it as his partner.
Super Bowl week was February 2nd through 8th, 2026. On February 2nd, Diggs spoke to reporters and was asked a very pointed question. The reporter asked, "After you get your ring, is Cardi getting her ring? Meaning, are you going to propose?" Diggs' response was, "It's on the agenda, maybe, right? I got to get mine first, though." That quote is fascinating in hindsight. Maybe, I got to get mine first. Not exactly the enthusiastic response you'd expect from someone about to propose to the mother of their newborn child. Was there already tension? Was he hedging? We don't know, but it's worth noting. On February 7th, the Saturday before the Super Bowl, they attended the Fanatics Super Bowl party. An ESPN reporter asked Cardi for an inspiring message for Diggs. Her response? Good luck. Just 2 words. Cold. Distant. Reporters described it as brief and noticeably unenthusiastic. This was not the warm, supportive Cardi we'd seen celebrating on the field after the AFC Championship just weeks earlier.
All right, real talk for a second. If you want us to keep bringing you detailed breakdowns of celebrity drama with actual receipts and timelines, you gotta subscribe. We're not out here making stuff up or clickbaiting you with fake rumors. Everything in this video is verified and sourced. So if you appreciate the research we put into this, hit that subscribe button. Your support literally keeps this channel going. Plus, you'll get notified when we cover the next big celebrity disaster, which, let's be honest, is probably happening as we speak. Super Bowl LX took place on February 8, 2026 at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. The Seattle Seahawks defeated the New England Patriots 29-13. Diggs had 3 catches for 37 yards. Not the performance he or anyone hoped for. But here's where it gets interesting. Cardi B performed during Bad Bunny's halftime show. After the performance, she appeared to leave the stadium early. She posted a video of herself singing Bad Bunny from her car after halftime. She didn't stay to watch her man finish the game. There are also reports, though unverified, that Diggs' ex-girlfriend and baby mama attended the game with front-row seats, sitting there with their son. Imagine being Cardi, performing at halftime, knowing that one of the mothers of Diggs' other children is sitting front row. The optics alone would be difficult, let alone whatever emotions that might stir up.
On February 9th, the day after the Super Bowl, the mutual Instagram unfollow was confirmed. Both Cardi and Diggs had unfollowed each other. In the age of social media, this is the modern equivalent of throwing someone's stuff out on the lawn. It's public, it's definitive, and it's designed to send a message. Entertainment Tonight confirmed the breakup that same day via an unnamed source. The source said, Cardi and Stephon recently broke up, but it's possible they get back together, and this could just be for right now. She is focused on her upcoming tour and family while figuring out their next steps. So even the source confirming the breakup was hedging. It's possible they get back together. This could just be for right now. That tells you that even insiders weren't sure if this was permanent or just a temporary split fueled by the emotions of losing the Super Bowl.
But then 50 Cent got involved. He posted on Instagram, "Can you imagine waking up this morning and you done lost this, BH, and the Super Bowl? I would tell everybody get away from me, have a drink, and go back to sleep. LOL." 50 Cent has a history of trolling people, but this was particularly brutal because it was accurate. Diggs woke up on February 9th having lost both the Super Bowl and his relationship in less than 24 hours. That's a level of public humiliation that few people experience. If 50 Cent's comment made you laugh even though it's savage, drop a like on this video. Also, is 50 Cent the king of celebrity trolling, or does he need to chill? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like this video if you're still watching, because we're about to get into Diggs' cryptic response.
On February 11th, Diggs posted a cryptic Instagram carousel with 20 slides of photos and quotes. The caption read, "Gratitude and fear cannot coexist in the same space. A reminder to control what you can control, remain thankful, and stay motivated." The comments were turned off. The quotes he included are revealing. "Luck didn't bring me this far. God did. Do not ignore your own self-doubt. That is the old you reminding you how much you have achieved. The best way to appreciate something is to be without it for a while." And it ended with, "We all we got, we all we need," which is the Patriots' motto. Notably, there were no photos of Cardi B in the entire 20-slide carousel. This was his first statement to the world, and he chose to erase her from his narrative. He was focusing on gratitude, motivation, and his team. Whether that was healthy processing or avoidance, we can't say, but it was a clear message. He was moving forward without her.
On February 12th, Cardi kicked off her Little Miss Drama tour. The timing couldn't be more perfect or more painful. She posted Super Bowl photos on Instagram, but they featured other celebrities: Ciara, who is Russell Wilson's wife, Lala Anthony, photos from Odell Beckham Jr.'s party. Diggs was conspicuously absent from all of them. She was curating her own narrative, too. She was showing that she had been there, she had been social, she had been present at the Super Bowl, just not with him, or at least not in the photos she was choosing to share with the world. Now, we need to talk about something that happened in the background of all this relationship drama, because it's relevant context even though it's separate from the breakup. On December 2nd, 2025, there was an alleged incident at Diggs' home in Dedham, Massachusetts. This was the day after the Patriots beat the New York Giants 33-15 on Monday Night Football. On December 16th, the alleged victim reported the incident to Dedham police. On December 22nd, criminal charges were filed. On December 30th, the charges were made public. Diggs is facing felony strangulation or suffocation charges and misdemeanor assault and battery.
According to the police report, there was a dispute with his personal chef and live-in employee over unpaid wages, specifically 1 month's salary. The chef alleges that Diggs entered her bedroom, smacked her across the face, and tried to choke her using the crook of his elbow around her neck. The chef told police she had trouble breathing. She also reported receiving messages from a woman believed to be Diggs' girlfriend saying, "You don't need to do all this, it's not that big of a deal." If that woman was Cardi B, that adds another layer to what she was dealing with during this relationship. Whether she sent those messages or not, she was definitely aware of these charges because they were public by December 30th, weeks before the Super Bowl. Diggs categorically denies all allegations. His attorney stated, "They are unsubstantiated, uncorroborated, and were never investigated because they did not occur." The timing and motivation for making these allegations are clear. They are the direct result of an employee-employer financial dispute that was not resolved to the employee's satisfaction.
The arraignment was originally scheduled for January 23rd, but a judge granted a postponement until after the Super Bowl. On February 13, 2026, 2 days after his cryptic Instagram post, Diggs appeared in court. He pleaded not guilty. His original attorneys had withdrawn before the arraignment, and he had new representation. He was released on personal recognizance and ordered to have no contact with the alleged victim. A pre-trial hearing is scheduled for April 1, 2026. The Patriots released a statement supporting Diggs. The New England Patriots are aware of the accusations that have been made regarding Stephon Diggs. Stephon has informed the organization that he categorically denies the allegations. "We support Stephon. We will continue to gather information and will cooperate fully with the appropriate authorities and the NFL as necessary." Now, these charges are separate from the relationship drama, but imagine being Cardi. You're pregnant, then you have a newborn, your boyfriend is facing felony charges, there are allegations that you or someone in his circle was contacting the alleged victim. The Super Bowl is coming up, and you're supposed to perform at halftime. That's an enormous amount of stress and pressure.
Before we get into the theories about what actually caused the breakup, I need to ask you something. Are you subscribed yet? Because if you made it this far into a 20-minute video about Cardi B and Stephon Diggs, you clearly love this type of content. So do yourself a favor and subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dive. We cover everything from celebrity breakups to behind-the-scenes drama, and we always bring the facts. No fake news, no made-up stories, just verified information and quality research. Hit that subscribe button and let's keep this party going. So what actually caused the breakup? Since neither Cardi nor Diggs has made an official statement, we're left with theories and speculation based on reported tensions. First, there's the ex-girlfriend situation. Multiple sources reported that Diggs' ex-girlfriend was at the Super Bowl with their child sitting in front row seats. For Cardi, who has been very public about setting boundaries, this could have been the final straw. According to The Sun, Cardi reportedly said that if another woman comes forward with a baby after they became official and started a family together, she's done. While the child born in April was conceived before they went public, the presence of baby mamas at such a significant event might have crossed a line for her.
Second, there's the reality of multiple baby mama drama. Diggs has children with different women. At least one child was born during the time he was with Cardi, even though conception happened before they were official. That's complicated. That's messy. And for someone like Cardi, who just left a messy situation with Offset, the idea of walking into another complicated family dynamic might have been too much. Third, there are the financial and contractual pressures after the Super Bowl loss. Diggs has a $20 million base salary for the next season that's reportedly under consideration by the Patriots. Losing the Super Bowl doesn't just hurt emotionally, it can have real financial implications for players' futures. Fourth, the legal issues add stress to any relationship. Whether Diggs is innocent or not, and he maintains that he is, having felony charges hanging over your head during what should be a celebratory time in your career is incredibly difficult.
And fifth, there's the possibility that they simply moved too fast. Think about the timeline.
Valentine's Day 2025, they were spotted together. By September, she was announcing a pregnancy. By November, they had a baby. By February, they were broken up. That's a relationship that went from 0 to 100 in less than a year. Maybe there wasn't enough foundation to support everything they were building. If you think they moved way too fast and this breakup was inevitable, smash that like button. And if you have your own theory about what happened, drop it in the comments. I read every single comment, and I love seeing what you all think about these situations. Your engagement helps the channel grow, so please like, comment, and share this video with anyone who loves celebrity drama as much as you do. Here's what's crucial to understand. We don't actually know the truth. There are unverified claims floating around. Some sources say Cardi invited around 100 guests to the Super Bowl and booked a $125,000 luxury suite. There are reports of a $1.2 million after-party that went unused. There's fan speculation about Diggs being seen with another woman post-game at a hotel, but that's not verified. Some fans claim there was an old Instagram story from Cardi saying "done" from the day after the AFC Championship, but that's also not confirmed. The reality is that relationships are complex, and celebrity relationships under public scrutiny are even more complex. What we see on social media is a carefully curated version of reality. The Instagram photos, the coordinated outfits, the courtside PDAs, those are moments, not the full story. We don't know what conversations they had in private. We don't know what boundaries were set and broken. We don't know what promises were made and kept or not kept. As of February 15th, 2026, here's where things stand. The breakup has been confirmed by Entertainment Tonight via an unnamed source, but neither Cardi B nor Stephon Diggs has made an official public statement about their relationship status. They've both unfollowed each other on Instagram, which in today's world is about as official as it gets without a press release. Cardi is on her tour, focusing on her music and her family. She has 4 children to think about, 3 with Offset and 1 with Diggs. She's been through a public divorce, a new relationship, a pregnancy, childbirth, and a breakup, all in the span of about 18 months. That's a lot of life happening very fast. Diggs is facing his pre-trial hearing on April 1st, 2026. He's dealing with the loss of the Super Bowl, the loss of his relationship, felony charges, and uncertainty about his future with the Patriots. His $20 million salary for next season is under consideration, which means his job security is questionable.
Sources suggest that reconciliation is possible. The Entertainment Tonight source said it's possible they get back together and this could just be for right now. So the door isn't completely closed. They share a 3-month-old child. They have to maintain some kind of relationship for their son's sake, even if they're not romantically involved. Let's zoom out for a second. This story is about more than just a celebrity breakup. It's about the pressure of public relationships, the complexity of blended families, the weight of career setbacks, and the reality that sometimes timing matters more than love. Cardi was at a point in her life where she was ready for stability. She'd left Offset, she was building a new chapter, she had a successful album, and she thought she found someone who could be her partner in this next phase. Diggs was at a point in his career where he was finally getting his Super Bowl shot after 11 years in the league. They both had something to prove, both to the world and to themselves.
Maybe the relationship was real. Maybe they did love each other. But maybe the circumstances, the legal troubles, the ex-girlfriend drama, the pressure of the Super Bowl, the newborn baby, the public scrutiny were too much for a relationship that was only 9 months old to handle. If there's a lesson here, it's that social media shows us highlights, not the full story. Those courtside photos, those matching Chanel outfits, that $73,000 watch, they looked like a fairy tale. But fairy tales don't include assault allegations, ex-girlfriends at the Super Bowl, and mutual unfollows the day after the biggest game in football. It's also a reminder that having a baby together doesn't automatically mean a relationship will work. Cardi and Diggs had a child during a very compressed timeline, and that child will connect them forever, regardless of whether they get back together or not. But a baby doesn't fix relationship problems. It often magnifies them.
So did Stephon Diggs reveal the truth behind the breakup with Cardi B? No, at least not publicly, not in any official statement, and not in a way that gives us definitive answers. What we have instead is a puzzle made up of social media posts, unnamed sources, court documents, and public appearances. We have a timeline that shows a relationship going from red hot to ice cold in less than 24 hours after a devastating Super Bowl loss. We have Diggs posting quotes about gratitude and controlling what you can control. We have Cardi starting her tour and posting Super Bowl photos that conspicuously exclude her ex. We have 50 Cent trolling, we have speculation and theories, but very few confirmed facts about what actually went wrong. Maybe they'll get back together. Maybe they won't. Maybe in a few months or years, one of them will sit down for an interview and explain what really happened. Or maybe they'll do what most mature ex-partners do and keep the details private for the sake of their child and their own mental health.
What we do know is this: Stephon Diggs lost the Super Bowl and his relationship in the same 24-hour period. Cardi B walked away from what looked like her fresh start. They both have a 3-month-old son who will grow up knowing his parents' relationship played out in tabloids and on social media. And we, the public, got to watch it all unfold in real time, one Instagram unfollow at a time. The entire relationship lasted approximately 9 months publicly, from May 2025 to February 2026. Valentine's Day sighting to pregnancy to baby to Super Bowl to breakup, all within 12 months. That's a whirlwind by any standard. The truth behind the breakup? We don't have it. What we have is evidence of two people who tried to build something under impossible circumstances, with the world watching, with complicated pasts, with enormous pressures, and with very little time to establish a foundation strong enough to weather the storms that came their way. Sometimes that's enough of a truth on its own.